another episode of the Conspiratorial Gentlemen's Club. My name is Darius.
I am George. Welcome to the CGC podcast, ladies and gentlemen, and whatever in between.
Yeah, whatever. Gross. Unless you're a lady boy. George was going to go visit you in August.
Right next to Darius.
And Rod.
And Bo.
The whole gang's here. David would have been invited, but
Yeah.
that's another story for another time.
RIP.
Yeah.
All right.
Feds
So
got him.
crazy shit's happened in the since our last talk, and Darius just went through crazy ass weather manipulation. We'll go into that a little bit. We'll kind of go into what's happening in the state of Minnesota at this point and what is to come at this point with the fraud that's being exposed, along with ICE being kicked out. And then third and final thing we're going to be kind of going over is we're going to go back to our allies in the Middle East and kind of talk about them and as talk about maybe or we're going to talk about the
Are we talking
Jared
about
Kushner.
Qatar? Qatar is our greatest ally, or
Yes,
the
the Qatars
Zoltanians?
yes, the Zoltanians are definitely our greatest ally at this point. And we'll talk about the World Economic Forum when Jared Kushner's amazing speech that he gave there. So we're excited to talk about that
Oh yeah,
amazing thing.
bro. There's a reason why Trump made it Schedule 3, because Kush. Nah. He's like, Kush. I always thought about Kush. That kid Kushner. He's not that bad of a guy. He's a Schedule 3 type of guy.
Schedule 3 type of guy. And, uh, it was a catastrophic success. So, God bless. So,
That's the smartest thing, real quick, side tangent.
Yeah, go for it.
The smartest thing Kushner and Ivanka Trump ever did was to have power in the shadows and be willing and dealing, because when they were in the front in his first term, they just got fucking destroyed. Everyone hated on them. Everyone talked about them, but guess what? You barely hear about them. You hear, oh, Kushner did this. A faint whisper of the dark shadows of the wheeling and dealing of the new empire. But yeah,
I feel it was also to make fucking all the connections they made for the second term.
Oh yeah,
like it. Well, it was planned from the get go. But yeah, so that's going to be definitely on our topics today. But as far as this weather manipulation thing, funny, crazy little thing that X Twitter gives us are interesting stories. So we have a New York Giants offensive lineman, Evan Neal, claims that the government created this weekend snowstorm to distract us from other events going on. Quote, they control us, they control me, I need to escape.
End quote.
Unquote.
If you want to see what he looks like, I do have this is him here. And I do want to show you something a little interesting. So, we're going to do a fun experiment. I'm going to pull up ChatGPT and Google Gemini, and I'm going to put in Evan Neal's claims. That's it.
Okay.
What do you think they're going to say each?
Oh, interesting. About this. I have no idea. Like, I don't know. Even through our experience with the ChatGPT with Epstein, I have little to no faith of them talking about this type of stuff at this point. But I'm interested.
Let's do a little experiment, right? So,
all right.
Which one do you want to do first?
We'll do Gemini.
I already have it up on my screen.
Okay. So, what Aries is kind of going in is putting the information from Evan Neal into Gemini right now. And would you like to go into it?
No. So, but look at controversial, well-known claims regarding his 2023 dismissal of critical Giants fans, whom he called sheep, fair-weathered. He's made it crossovers, blah, blah, blah. We're jumping. What we really want to talk about is really more down here, um, and the current status, right? But just the guests can read through this, look it up. You can do this yourself. All right. I'm just trying to prove a point here, right? But you look through here, it is not even what we're talking about so much. You're talking about the injuries. We're talking about him having issues with fans, having neck issues, right? Boom. That's not what we're talking about.
Hmm.
All right, now ChatGPT. It's just for fun. We're just doing fun things right now. We're just doing fun things. What do you mean by that? What do you mean?
What do you clarify?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So obviously, I don't know if this is just such fresh, which is not because this post was from the 24th,
Hmm.
that these claims were made. So, obviously, neither of these are trying to give you any information on what he's saying. Like, maybe if we go into it a little farther, maybe talk about it a little bit or the things that he said, maybe. Um, I just thought that was kind of fun. I like comparing the different AIs, and they both have definitely are showing you what you want. At least one of them's coming up with anything.
Hmm.
Gemini at
Rather
least
than.
came up with a story, some information, things that you're not looking for. But like, look
Hmm.
at ChatGPT's like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
It's
about
like,
getting Grok.
I mean, you should. And like, I, I don't know. With ChatGPT, I feel that they completely destabilized it a little bit regarding like these type of things because a lot of people were questioning what was kind of happening with ChatGPT. And yeah, now it's kind of shown more than ever. It's kind of just meant for your emails at this point and to make life a little bit easier in your work life. If you wanted to ask, like, really, I mean, people use it as therapy too. So,
Yeah, people are in love with it. It's at 5.2. I would think it'd be faster and better. It's pretty quick, but
no, especially with that statement, the fact that I didn't come up with anything for Mr. Neal's statement, kind of weird.
yeah,
And I don't know, this weather manipulation deal to distract us. What do you think they're distracting us from?
I don't know, man. Um, they've been hitting the same weather because every couple years now they hit us with these big ass storms. Um, I'm not going to give my exact location, but I am somewhere that got hit by a storm. The storm wasn't bad itself, but everything stayed frozen, dude. Like straight frozen until today. The
Wow.
roads, like everything. Random areas got hot spots. My neighborhood, sorry, excuse me. My neighborhood's very hilly, and so it's very icy everywhere. But I don't know, man. They're trying to distract us from a lot. We're sending a carrier over to Iran. China's making moves in Europe, um, in relationships with Canada as well, NATO nations. Which I'm curious, can Taiwan? Actually, I want to ask this real quick. Can Taiwan join NATO?
Interesting question. It probably can, but
Because that'd be a fun joke. Because if we put Taiwan in NATO, so like China's like making allies with all these NATO's countries.
is it for money for them? Like maybe it's more economically
Yeah,
sound.
they're just trying to do economic stuff, and
Hmm.
so no, cannot realistically join NATO. Here's why: bit of nuance. Okay, shut the fuck up, AI. Geographically limited. Okay.
Yeah,
That doesn't make any sense. It literally says it's only European nations plus America and Canada, North America
yeah.
only, not even South America. Okay.
I don't
Um,
know. That's shady. So, all right.
political reality, China. Mm,
I mean, the way things are going with Taiwan, and we're getting a chip factory in Arizona now from the Taiwanese. I think they're just expected the worst at this. They're expecting the worst, hoping for the best.
Yeah.
But even the distractions that Mr. Neal was even referring to, I think he's almost referring to. Man, there's so many distractions in play right now. We have the Epstein list not being coming or refusing to come out because they keep denying it,
Well, yeah,
and they're
'cause
going to
they know if
continue,
he
even
puts
though it's
out the
super
Epstein
illegal.
list, if you put that, well, yes, right. Technically, they're breaking the law. Well, technically, Pam Bondi is breaking the law, not the
And
Trump
she's cool with
administration.
that because she's making that money.
Yeah, well, she's gonna get removed very soon. I have a feeling. But yeah, Pam Bondi is, the Trump obviously is telling her not to because he has a microchip in his head that's gonna explode. Because let's be honest, I feel like a lot of politicians, especially the presidents, get chips in their head and they just they sit down, they go through this conversation, and then they're just sat in a room and they're like, look. Not only do you have a chip in your head, but your whole family do. Everyone you ever known. And if you do this bad things like JFK did, things like you were supposed to do, we're going to just be like, oh, some crazy white kid with MK Ultra just shot him. Whoa, you know. But
Hmm.
it's really the microchip. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Eh,
going off. That's why there was one shot, two bullets. That's why Charlie Kirk had his thing blow up. Not just saying. Sorry,
the
shouldn't have noticed that. The Zoltans are coming after me.
I'm like, dude, the Zoltans are on like on both of us at this point. Like going into that, like our TikTok's completely nuked at this point because of our talks of. I mean, we just say Israeli Mossad and Zionist stuff, and like you can't say Zionist now because it refers to hate speech if you refer to hate speech
But
unless you're talking
what if you say
good
like
about
awesome things?
Zionists.
Like, dude, I'm a fucking Christian Zionist,
Then
and
it's you're good. Then you're
let's
good.
let's burn these brownies up. Like, what if I say
Yeah,
that or something
that
psycho like that?
dude, you were 100% good. The way that,
I'm
unfortunately,
trying to
the way
breed
this,
the red
uh,
heifer in Texas, which there are people doing.
you're breeding 100%. Like you can completely talk about that. Like the fact that we're on zero on a video when it got posted yesterday is kind of wild. But it does like reference the Israeli Mossad, but like it's just
They said it's a
intelligence
glitch.
service.
They said it. They came out, George. It's a glitch. Come on.
I mean, all right. So let's get into that a little bit. Let me go to Miss Candace's Owens tweet earlier today, referring to what X is becoming, because X is becoming such a Zionist like space as well, and it's super. I don't know the goal of this at this point, but it's not helping. The fact that you go into these videos now, what it used to be like a really cool algorithm where you're able to kind of like you know, do what brain rot, whatever. But now it just like Ilya Kobe, like Rabbi Shmuley videos. And I'm like, dude, I never looked at these videos in my life. And the fact that it's being like thrown on me at this point is disgusting. And I want nothing part of it. So let's go into this Candace Owens tweet. The person in charge of the censorship for Israel at X is their new head of product, Nikita Beer. He apparently is unhinged and rants about Holocaust and sees it as his mission to censor people who criticize Israel. He allegedly the reason these bizarre Zionist artificial trends. He's allegedly the reason for these bizarre Zionist artificial trends. Goodbye TikTok and X. They are now part of the dead internet psyop. Israel is so evil that it requires mass censorship because any rational human being that learns the truth about its history will stand opposed to it. They are now trying to force state censorship laws and enforce an internet police state to cover their lust for murder. So it's legit. Like it's not bullshit at this point. Like it's they are trying to dumb down society. I would say, or trying to like remove like I don't know. I need to stop saying like Georgie. Come on. All right, But
Like,
they
well, okay, look, here's the deal. They just need people to not critically think anymore. They don't like individualism. They don't want individualism, collectivism, tribalism, communism. They think that using this, they can use people to rise up and be upset and, not ask the right questions, tear each other apart instead of looking at who's really causing the problems. So yeah, it's not so much like dumbing down, but it's becoming more subservient. A scared animal, a frightened animal. Humans when they're constantly bombarded with fear and division and problems and no hope for the future, not wanting to procreate, just scared. You know, it's you create something that is easily manipulated and angry and full of angst and rage. And no offense, like, do you know who Asmongold is?
no.
He's like some Texas game streamer that's a political streamer now. He's like balding and creepy looking. He was talking about recently. I saw a clip about how they okay, I'm gonna totally skip past that. I totally fucking aired exactly what he was gonna say, so I'm just gonna skip past that. So let's put a little note in that. We're gonna remove that. But no, they just want to essentially 16 minutes. Um okay, it's just oh, that's what it was. Okay. We'll go back. Hold on. 1645. So he was saying that his dad had a thought, like a conspiracy, that the reason why we went to war for so long in Vietnam and like allowed so many people to die and go through so much horrible shit was because they had like a rebellious like generation happening, right? Like
Hmm.
after the peace and love, and then they wanted to be more rebels. They wanted to kill off that generation or at least wound them and weaken them. You could say
Hmm.
the same thing for like young Gen X, old millennials. Same thing happened. Like a lot of times we go to war, it isn't so much like for also the spoils of war, but it's also to control our population as well, especially the ones that are more aggressive and more you know politically minded for their country.
Hmm. Yeah,
It's
I
interesting.
mean, it goes back to, I mean, the last wars particularly were for Israel wars. As far as the clip that I'm sure everyone's seen prior to the invasion of Iraq, Bibi Netanyahu basically saying if you get rid of Saddam Hussein, there will be peace in the Middle East, essentially.
Yeah.
And there was the plan of taking Assad out, which they've done, and replaced him with an Al Qaeda member, which now it's more, well, ISIS member, my bad. But Al Qaeda, ISIS, same damn thing. They're
Yeah,
both controlled
they both
by
don't
Israel.
attack Israel.
Yes, exactly. All right, we the controlled by Israel thing, the Israeli government. Okay, guys, like I can't keep referring back. It is the Israeli government that's doing it. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. Like,
Yeah, like
sorry
look
to
at
piss some people off.
governments change. Governments are good. Some governments are bad. Most governments are bad. People who are in power are normally corrupt. So you can't blame the people because often power isn't easily given up. And I do think that most elections are nefarious and slimy. And no matter what country it is, there's always cheating, even if it's small scale. Okay, maybe it's not large scale, but there's always manipulation, at least to the bare minimum propaganda manipulation.
Absolutely. And even
So
like that
some
documentary that
governments do
dropped
bad
with
things.
BB.
Like think, okay, flip side of the coin, right? Iran. No one's mad at Iranian baddies that are pulling out their fucking hijabs that are Persian daughters of Cyrus. We're mad at the Ayatollah. this
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
85-year-old man that is like about to die any day. He's probably already dead. These are probably pre-recordings like they did with Osama bin Laden. Okay, y'all remember that one? The same video. He got younger and younger every year for some reason.
Yeah, and well, he also had a lot of like stunt doubles that would die for him and take
Yeah,
bullets for him type deal. So
I'll give that to the
yeah,
fucking. Hold on, let me give that to the Middle Eastern empires, bro. Y'all get people to look like you. Don't ask me why. All right,
by
we know why.
surgeries.
We all know why. It's not just surgery, bro. There's sometimes that blood runs thick, and God was like, you guys have been here for too many generations. I can't keep making different ones of you. Okay, y'all are the original
It's a small
people.
pull.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the original
no,
people.
100%.
That cookie cutter
Like
is the same. And so it's like you get someone
100%.
that's like a third cousin that looks just like you. And, then you do a little surgery, you know,
Yeah,
maybe your fourth cousin is like wide angle back shots, far away, up in
back
the
shot.
tower, perfect places for snipers are normally like the third or fourth cousin, you know, body
More
double.
of the story is Neil was right about distraction.
Yes. But what I'm saying is this. At least they had it right. Like, what Western European country has stunt doubles for them? They don't.
I'm sure Stalin and Lenin had stunt
Well,
doublers,
now
dude.
or body doubles, yeah. Well, I'm talking about now. I'm not talking about I'm talking about in the last
Napoleon
20,
had
30 years.
stunt people. Oh,
20,
okay.
30 years. Okay, I'm talking
Got
about
it.
recently.
Got it. All right. Got
First of
it.
all, people didn't even know what a lot of these leaders look like back in the day. They just heard about what they might look like.
There
Like
was newspapers too.
newspapers that okay.
They sucked for
Yes,
sure, but like
shitty
I don't
photos.
know. They didn't have TVs that fucked up people's visions like they do now.
Blue light. It's on me.
Uh-huh. But
You know what's funny? This
yeah,
is purple. There's so much blue light on me. This is purple, dog. Not
it's
even a
like
joke.
it's like that paint. Like
No.
it just changes the colors of the sun. But yeah, but absolute full distractions for what came through this weather. Like I don't know from
They're distracting you because they're trying to make this beach, George. They're trying to make this beach. Okay. Come on. Come on.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, but look at
Uh-huh.
here. There's going back full circle. What are they not distracting us from? It's all bullshit. It's all a facade, a charade. The
Mhm.
charades we're playing, it's all charades. Like, it's all smoke and mirrors, everything, dude. Nothing. Dude, look, okay. Let me ask you something.
Speaking gay.
Let me ask you something. Did you know that we are about to fly around the moon in a few days? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did hear
Look
about
up
that, but it was
Artemis
super.
Artemis 2.
Uh huh. We're not gonna land on it correctly. We're just
Not
flying
yet.
around it.
We are planning on it. And this is a NASA mission. It's called Artemis 2 currently. It's going to be flying out I believe in 10 no, it's a 10-day duration, and Artemis 3 is actually making it on the moon. Artemis 2 is going to do like a slingshot. Like they're essentially doing Armageddon, the movie, without the
Oh, okay.
asteroid.
Sweet. All
So they're
right.
going to shoot
Nice.
out slingshot around the moon and then come back. Now,
For
huh?
for what?
To see what it's
Is it
like
just for
to get back to
science?
the moon. Yeah, for science, because we can. Fuck yeah, bro. You know what? American exceptionalism. We need to bring it back. I'm sick and tired of these fucking mentally deranged SSRI filled up in the eyes. You can see it in their eyes. Wind out, Percocet, K holding us motherfuckers, dog. That literally, it's like, I'm gonna cry. The world's so bad. It's like, shut the fuck up. You went to college. You're in college debt. Most likely, you're pointing the finger, laughing down at people that didn't go to college, which you think they care? Do you think the people who don't go to college that make 100 K and are doing fine and have families like care that you make $50,000 and you're $300,000 in debt in this American economy, dog. In this American economy, and you're mad. Yeah, of course you're mad because guess what's going to happen? You still owe your college student loans because Biden told you not to pay them, and now you're in default. Now they're garnishing 15% of your wages, and then you're mad because you don't realize you're gonna get more mad because AI is probably coming from your job, AI and or robotics. Sadly to say, and so you're mad. Well, guess what? You're gonna get UBI. Don't worry. Stop fucking. Get out of the streets. Go to work for now. I'm sick and tired of these fucking idiots, dude. Just go to work. Get a hobby. Play video games. Start a podcast. Schmirk a bull.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's easier said than done for a lot of people, sadly, and like we're consumed by our phones as well. It's a distraction for a distraction.
Yeah.
So
All right. Yeah.
yeah,
Look, it's all distractions, but look at. Remember what I said earlier? You sent me this video. I want everyone to go look at this. Um, Go watch this for yourself. Listen. Listen to the audio.
We love the hug.
hold on, pause it. Just FYI for our viewers at home that need to. All right, just for our viewers at home, this is what happened recently. Ro Khanna, who's a representative or a congressman out of California in the San Francisco area, recently went to San Francisco to go speak with some protesters. Obviously, things are getting really hot in Minnesota, where the second person has been killed, Alex Preddy, and this is causing a lot of turmoil out there, obviously, because people are getting killed and it's like not the people they want to be killed. So, constant, uh, like aggression towards the border patrol and ICE and the federal government at this
I
point.
said it earlier. Fuck these cameras. I'm not here for y'all.
We are having technical difficulties. Audio is not working on the video.
Okay, so we'll let it load a little bit, like we'll let it buffer. I'm sure it will be good.
No, it won't play
But
for some reason at all, even on my own end. I'm not sure.
interesting.
But
Okay.
okay, George, give a little breakdown of what the video is about, real quick. People can
Him
look it up.
basically saying there will be violence if he doesn't go speak to whoever needs to speak to have ICE removed from, or the federal government in general removed from Minnesota because of the turmoil that's been caused through acts of aggression on both sides. But now it's the point where people are dying when they shouldn't be dying. I get it. They shouldn't, people will say they shouldn't be there, but at the same time, people are going to be out there out in the streets doing what they need to do. Especially when you just have that aggression inside you. I totally get it. You need some place for it to go. And right now, a lot of people are mad about this whole entire thing. And for me, if you don't have a channel to put your aggression in, you're going to put it into some pretty bad situations. And unfortunately, this is what's happening.
I'll have to disagree with you. I'm going to take a different take on this one, George. Sorry. My problem is, I think there's a lot of people that are wannabe revolutionaries, wannabe like heroes, and they watch too many fucking Marvel movies. And people like this guy, Alex Preddy, the one chick that got good, they don't realize this is real life and you die. We're talking about two people that have been shot so far, one by ICE, one by CBP. Do you know how many people have been shot by ICE and CBP all last year? Shitload. Okay, it's not the first time. This is interesting that it's becoming a powder cake there on purpose. I think it's on purpose. I think there's more behind it. I think people want this to happen. You have you have multiple sides that are like orchestrating this. You have like these higher ups that want chaos, the end of the world, and the new world order to come back. And then, which you could say, it's competing new world orders, right? Um, but then you have mid-level tier, but then you have lower tier, and so these mid-level tiers are convincing these people to go out and to do dumb shit. Let me tell you something. All I hear is how these like ICE agents are dumb. They never graduated high school. They're ill trained, unprepared. Right? You hear that all the time. But do you ever read those comments? You see that?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's just like
Okay,
the
so
same thing as people that didn't take the vaccine.
so why would you go up to someone who's dumb, sleep deprived, ill prepared, trigger happy, and mentally unwell and agitate them and get in their face?
I mean, it's more. I think
Because
it's also in your face type deal,
yeah,
and a
well, hold
lot of
on, but
people.
every 1 million people getting in your face, one person's probably gonna get shot, right? Like easy numbers right there. Okay, so they're finding out that this is well orchestrated, and there's like signal groups,
NGOs. Yeah,
NGOs and signal groups that are funding this, and they're taking turns and they're on shifts. Okay, this dude was a part of this signal group, and they're on shifts. And I'm not saying this guy went out to be a martyr. I'm not saying he went out to, he obviously did not go out there to shoot somebody. I think he went out there thinking that he is in some fucking movie and that there's no consequences. Yeah, he shoots his gun, he shot his gun, that type of gun, if you look it up,
has a lot of issues.
it has a lot of issues, yes.
We posted this on our Instagram and
We
TikTok
posted
as
this
well.
already. We already went into this. So I don't think that, obviously he probably does shoot. He is ICU nurse, so he does see stuff happening. And I think in his mind, he's like, "This is my time to step up. I'm joining the freedom resistance group, and I'm going to save as many people as I want and I can." And then got shot fucking multiple times. And I'm not saying he should have been shot because obviously he should not have been shot. The guy who shot him is a fucking idiot, and I think he should get in trouble. Okay, it's not. I'm sorry. The good situation I think was even, you know, more acceptable of a shot because a car is coming at you, regardless of how fast it is, how far it is. If I'm about to get ran over and I have a gun in my hand, what am I gonna do? You gonna get ran over, even if it's not going that fast? How do you know? You hear a car coming towards you.
I get it.
Okay,
I get.
but
I get.
with this one dude, the R. Shafir guy, I'm sorry to say, the dude is being used and was used and fulfilled what the people that are using him wanted. He didn't fulfill his own. He didn't want to be a martyr.
He's a
He
martyr,
wanted to,
though.
but he didn't want to be a martyr, I don't think. I
That's
think
how
he
it
wanted
goes,
to be
though.
out
No
there.
one.
I think he thought he was protecting people. He's like, I'm a nurse by night, a vigilantes, resistance by day. In his mind, he probably thought that he was going to save lives. Maybe if someone else got shot, he probably thought someone else was going to get shot, and he was going to be able to be there and help because he's a nurse. That's what I think. But people in darker, higher places that are using this to their advantage are using them to be martyrs, and because they know it's a numbers game, that they know that yeah, probably a lot of these dudes are undertrained. Even if they're fully trained and experienced, they're not getting
I think
sleep.
more than half.
They're not getting sleep. Okay, so even
More
if
than
they
half.
are well trained, they're not getting sleep. They're getting agitated. They're being fucking harassed nonstop. And I'm sorry to say, um, people stab people, jump people, rob people for giving them a dirty look. Like humans are humans. Doesn't matter if they're an authority or not. And my favorite part is people are saying that they're gonna. All right, back. My favorite part is saying that they're gonna get hunted down and be like hung and shit. It's like people are tripping. I don't think people realize this real life. Some people think that if we go to civil war, it's gonna be this like, oh my god, it's like a novel. I'm the hero. I'm a main character. I'm not gonna die in the Civil War. I'm on the righteous side. And it's like when bad things start going down in this country and you can't feed your family or yourself or power grids are being destroyed, people are getting killed, it's not gonna be good. So I really think people are being used, and every time ICE or CBP or local law enforcement or any government authority, local, county, state, or federal, can get injured, hurt, or or kill somebody, they love it and they're gonna want more of it because they are now martyrs. They are becoming martyrs, George. Look at Ilhan Omar being squirted with a liquid. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
She's like, I wish it was my brother's. But
Jesus
hey,
Christ, Harry.
it's not. Hey, that's a quote. She got married to him. Okay. So, oh, you telling me she was fraudulently married to her brother to just become a citizen? Bro, you're racist, dog. Somalis don't commit fraud. They marry cousins and brothers in oh my. Okay? Um,
Well, we can get into other states that do that as well, guys. Just
in,
FYI,
in,
that's another episode.
inshallah, dog. Watch shalom, inshallah, whichever one you want to hear. So, she got squirted with some liquid. Some people are saying it might be apple cider vinegar. She didn't like rush to take it off. I can swear, like I would have been like, it looks very staged. I'm not saying it's a false flag stage, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay.
Because now no one can tell her she's a fraud. Nobody can tell her that she's wrong. Because guess what? Some white
Someone
man
attacked her. Hmm.
attacked her. You know.
No, I get you. I mean, this whole thing, like, no. Oh my God, there you go with saying like again. All right, they're basically always saying like congressmen will always say never waste a conflict or never waste a
Never let
situation.
a good tragedy go to waste.
Yes, exactly. And what is happening right now? A tragedy.
Yeah.
Why would you let it go to waste? This is the perfect. This is how you get Trump out of the White House for them.
But is
This
this,
is
hold on, let me ask you, is it the chicken or the egg? Are
that
they,
comes.
are some of them behind it and hoping for the best, or some of them just going, or are they just going to capitalize on?
I don't know because I don't think people actually want a civil war because I think maybe a revolution would do, but it would have to be like a planned revolution. There
Yeah,
has to
but they,
be.
but they look at, here's the problem, right? If you were saying like, oh, Tim Boot, you look
Do you
in the
think the
boot,
revolution will be televised?
it'd be podcasted.
Okay.
It will not be televised. It's gonna go dark. It's gonna go black. Things are gonna happen, and there's no stopping the government. And they know this. This is why they're not having a revolution. This is not why they don't want a civil war. They want to get power back. They're trying. They're playing the law. They're okay. The reason why you're getting every Hollywood star to talk about ICE, even though it's CBP, you're getting countries to be like, ICE can't be here right now. If ICE members come to my country, they have no rights to be here. It's like, why would they fucking go to your country? It's ICE. There's nothing to do with that. Are you talking about CIA? Delta Force? Because that's different.
Interesting.
But they know that they are going to get back in power and they are going to smite the right.
Yeah, it's going to be
Smite
people like
them.
us getting shot.
And because anybody who's not for the revolution is against the revolution. And if you're against the revolution, you're to the right of them. It's not that you're in the right, you're to the right. Okay. And then those revolutionaries will be killed, and then the cycle goes on and the collapse.
Okay.
But because revolutionaries are always killed by the new power structure, because you can't have the useful idiots, because their usefulness was to overthrow. Guess what? You're in power now. You don't want to get overthrown. Get rid of them. That ever happens every
Mm.
time. And it's crazy because it's like, no, okay. So recently, I saw a clip of like Tim Pool screaming and screaming. The guy gets annoying as fuck, but he's screaming about I am the boot. I'm not a bootlicker. I voted for
I voted
this.
for the boot. Yeah,
Okay, I get it,
stupid
right?
as
I
fuck.
get what he said.
Stupid.
And do you know why I get it? And I
Go
don't think
ahead.
he meant it this way. But the left is mad at the boot. They're mad at which foot it's on. Ta-da!
Until the
Um,
foot's put on the
yeah,
other boot,
I'm saying
man.
when the boot goes to the left foot, the left lick the boot. Okay.
And when the right, they lick the boot.
Yes, exactly. It has nothing to do with boot licking. It has to do with who's my daddy. And then
And
the
in
problem.
all honesty, I do feel this is just all.
Because they lick the boot. When it's a Democrat, they lick the boot. If they're Democrats, and if it's a Republican, the Republicans lick the boot. Because they're all bootlickers, or just that is the truth. And the
So, what
boot,
is going to unite us?
Project Bluebeam, or honestly, I don't know, because I feel like
I think the only thing that's uniting us is the thing that we continue, the Zoltans that are continuing to do what they do.
yeah, but
As far
they're
as fun,
winning with the divide right now.
they're
Regardless,
winning because of the money, man.
if you believe it's them, that's the problem.
I don't
And they
believe it's
control
just
everything.
them.
Hold on. But let me finish. If you think they're the ones that are manipulating things, they're winning because we're all divided. Like, does that make sense? Like, if they're dividing us, we're divided.
We
They're
are
winning.
divided. That's why it's frustrating that
So
that we
don't.
can't just unite. And when we do try to unite, stuff like this ice shit happens, and then we're back at division again. And going into it, it's not what it was in 2020. People are actually, it's the leftists that are bringing, or the left leaning areas that are bringing out guns. You may not think they're whatchamacallit,
Oh, the left is very armed right
Republic.
now. They do
Yeah,
you
but
not because during COVID, everyone got guns. The left
well, not just
included.
during COVID. I think people just in general started getting guns after this whole entire situation in the Middle East too, because I feel like
Everyone's been
they
getting
saw where
guns.
our taxes are going. Also, well, I mean, people that
And,
were never used to getting guns.
but here's the deal: it's not just getting guns. Like there are groups that use Signal and WhatsApp, which just you wait. The government's soon going to force them to give them all the data. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm sure. Hold on, you cut out. So yeah, WhatsApp and Signal. There's no such thing as not getting through. Like I'm sorry that people are going to tell me I'm dumb. Okay, but I'm sorry, but Pegasus 2 is not the latest iteration. I'm sure they have something worse, more powerful. I'm sure our government does too. And I'm sure through AI, this new Pegasus AI that you probably will never hear about, and when you do, it's going to be years later, can crack through anything. And if you think that they can't get into your WhatsApp or your Signal, you're smoking hashish because they do. At least Israel can, and I'm sure we can
Yeah.
too. So I don't know what to tell you. Like one of these days, they're just gonna say, "Okay, we're going through you all. There's no such thing as encrypted anymore, and everything's in the open." So just you wait. And so there are groups though on the right and the left that use WhatsApp and Signal, and center groups too that are just libertarian or individualist and want to shoot, that have contingency plans, meetups, understandings, and trainings. You know, like there are literal trans training groups with guns. But the problem is, there's a difference between a gun club that thinks that life is Harry Potter and Marvel, and people that are training to understand that death is real and this is not a fucking game. And I think the problem is there's more people that think it's a game than not and are training and don't realize the consequences. And look, they understand no consequences because Palantir just became more powerful
Hmm.
and got more of your data.
Hmm. I
And
mean,
more of these groups do foolish things. And again, like, Trump is an old boomer. They don't like guns. Of course, he's gonna be like, "Oh, I don't think you should walk around with a gun." Guess what? No, a lot of the government doesn't believe that. He said it because he's an old goof boomer and doesn't realize that's unpopular. I'm sure he's gonna be in a few days be like, "Oh, I love guns." What are you talking about? Because he heard a
yeah,
poll, right?
let
But
automatic weapons happen.
he's a Democrat, New York real estate boomer or older. I don't even know what generation he is. They don't fucking like guns. They
Hmm.
don't. That's like a thing.
For sure,
Okay.
especially in that era in
And he
Brooklyn,
will
New
flip
York.
flop very soon and be like, because he's going to hear a poll. So he's going to be like, you got to talk about guns. He's going to go to some dumb
Well,
gun bullshit.
I think his approval numbers are very low right now compared to what it's ever been at this point, too. From what I've been seeing, they're pretty low. And all the stunts that are being poured are not helping the Republican um, Party get stronger in the next election, man. They're like, this is just fuel for their fire on the Democratic side. And I don't like, I think the Democratic Party are going to use as much power as the Republican Party on this, and people may kill you for not wanting to take a vaccine. Like, I completely see that happening now that I see what's happening with ICE. Uh, if they can do that with immigration, they could do that with a person not taking a vaccine that's supposed to be taken.
Um, yeah, no.
I,
They're going to use it both sides. And, um,
example, it was just again, that was just an example. The vaccine's an example. Just FYI, example. But that's what I'm trying to get at.
here's the problem. I think people are overhyping it like way too much because one, the shooting was border patrol. Literally, it was border patrol that shot that dude. Everyone keeps saying ICE, but it's border patrol shot him. Those weren't ICE agents. They're different agencies. Now, are they assisting each other right now? Yes, because of the surge. Two, I don't think so. I think the vaccine thing's played out. Obviously, people are going to get pushed, and um, they're going to, you know, attempt to dumb things and do dumb things and get people killed and on both sides. And I think it's only going to get worse. I do agree with that, but I don't think that they're going to do a vaccine. I don't think it's going to play out like
I'm
that.
not saying it's a
And
vaccine. I'm saying they could
what they
do,
don't need to
replace the
though anymore.
vaccine for anything else
They are using this right now, George, to
as a
get your
test.
data and with Palantir and with AI, robotics, and our economy, they're not going to have to do this anymore. Social credit's going to be a thing soon because people are freaking out and crying and trying to fight the government. The government's going to push back harder. And what's going to happen, it's either going to be the Republicans are going to do it, or if the Democrats get in power, Trump gets impeached, and then, well, I don't know. I don't think that'd be good for them because I think JD Vance would come in and like do really well. I think a lot better than Trump is doing. Um, and he is very close to big tech bros and AI. And I think that it would 120,000% push Palantir and AI to the
And the
limit.
Antichrist.
But if he doesn't get impeached, he will probably lose because if Trump gets impeached, I think JD Vance has a better chance to win the presidency in 2028. But I think if he doesn't, I think Trump actually hurts him and the Democrats will win. And when they do, guess what they're going to do? They're going to use Palantir and AI systems to track down and find every ICE person, every person that liked it, every person that gave tips. January 6th time 100,000, right? Remember fucking Team America? It's going to be like 9/11 times 100. Oh my God. They're gonna go full fledged, and they're gonna use the same AI systems, the same crackdowns, the same government forces, and they're gonna create a whole new government force, and it's gonna be like, hey, we're we're just gonna expand the FBI, the IRS, and we're just going to crack down on you. So regardless, I feel like it's looking pretty bleak either way. Um, I really think that's kind of like the gist of the story. Like, I
I
think
think it's both. Yeah,
the
regardless, I
boot's
feel
gonna
like we're
come
on the
down
same
on the
line.
left or the
Yeah,
right, and I'm sorry to say, if people weren't protesting so hard against ICE right now and getting themselves fucking killed, I think it wouldn't. But this is the perfect juice for the government, either direction, left or right, to crack down, to give more money to Palantir, to give more money to these AI firms and companies that are only going to do more tracking, more control. And honestly, people keep, oh, we hope the government, the world, turns their backs on America. It's like, no, you guys don't. You don't want to see what's going to happen. Either war or famine, okay, is going to happen if the world turns their backs on America. So I'm just saying, George, sorry for that huge old rant, but at the end of the day, both sides are pushing us to the same Skynet future.
same destination.
And it's either going to have a rainbow flag or a rainbow flag that's hidden. You can guess who's who.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, it seems like no matter where we go at this point, we're headed to the same destination. Like
the
regardless of,
final destination,
yeah, essentially.
the great
But
awakening. So maybe
I
April
don't know,
is
man.
Project Blue Beam. You know what? Trump should
Well,
just do it. Trump, if you're listening, just do Project Blue Beam. It'd be
he has
awesome.
no other choice at this point. But like,
It'd be awesome if you did it. Be like, aliens are
I keep
real.
saying
They're
like I'm
coming.
gonna punch myself. I swear. Sorry.
Somebody, some SSRIs, or maybe something. I see it in the eyes, George.
Yeah, no, it's there. But it's just getting to the point where even JD Vance is boys with Peter Thiel, aka the Antichrist guy, that will probably bring in the Antichrist. And I feel like we've been setting, not we, but I think the world's been setting ourselves up for the revelations almost at this
I think we're
point.
here.
Yeah. But, I do think problem with the revelation is that I do think if a revolution can happen, I think it can push back the revelations because I feel it's revelations being pushed rather than letting it happen the way it should happen.
I got another conspiracy for you. Then we'll start wrapping this up, George. I think Republicans are controlled opposition to get more and more power for the left, to kind of weed out the right base. But I'm talking about politicians, right? Yeah, they're the same angle. Most of them are the same bird. And who they're really at war with are the independents and the libertarians and the centrists like us. These people that see all sides, these individualists, they're actually at war with us. And this whole power struggle back and forth with tug and pull is actually to kind of shake us out. They're tugging and pulling like this, and they're trying to shake out the middle. So, any final thoughts off of this episode? Got a little ranty. Sorry we didn't get into all our stories. We'll pick back up
Oh,
this
we got
weekend.
it. I mean, we'll pick back up this weekend, but one thing we should always mention is the fact that Jared Kushner did a terrible job or a great job at the World Economic Forum bringing in New Gaza, and this was the plan all along, and it was all just one big real estate plan, and America seems to be just one big real estate plan. What are they going to do with us? And I don't know. This ride is getting wild, and I'm happy to continue talking about this with you as well. So, and we're going to be getting more guests on. There's a lot of
Yeah.
ands in that. sentence, but it's fine.
Tell George he can like totally calm down and like and is an okay word. Um, yeah.
Too hard on
We'll
myself.
just see. There's a lot of interesting things coming up. I think the revelations. I think you're right. I don't think it's like fire and ash. Maybe I don't think it's the end of the world. I don't think. Well, end of the world
They're
as in like.
trying to make
Oh, we
it
look at it.
somewhat.
Oh, sorry. No, yeah, they are, but I don't think it is. And even if it is, it's more of like the Great Awakening more than anything. And I kind of just, I feel like they're trying to suck the spiritual, mystic joy
Energy.
out of this world right now. Maybe
Mhm.
we're about to like shift into another dimension soon, like we did in 2012, like a consciousness shift.
Do you think that thing is gonna open up in Sweden again, or that?
Pro- Maybe CERN. Um,
Mhm.
I think we've done multiple jumps, dude. There's a lot of Mandela effects, but that's another podcast. But yeah, man, I think we'll just have to see what happens next. You know, I still think that there's a lot of pawns, a lot
A
of
lot of
pawns in this,
pawns. A lot of pawns, man. Like,
and everyone wants to be a main character hero. Everyone has main
mm,
character syndrome, and they don't realize that this world's real, and when you die, you die. Now I don't know
mm,
what happens after you die, but I know that you're dead.
mhm. And the world needs pawns, unfortunately, and the pawns are the ones that are sacrificed.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Don't
All
forget to
right.
like, subscribe, follow us. We're on Spotify now.
Instagram up scrolled is live now, guys.
Scroll
That's
TikTok.
exciting. We're not on. I mean, we'll keep posting on TikTok, but we're completely nuked on TikTok. But yeah, we're gonna keep. We're gonna start posting more on Upscrolled. That seems to be more popular. X is still on my X is not Joe underscore taco, and that might be switched to CGC podcast pretty soon because I feel I'm pretty vocal on that and posting our videos. So as of right now, it's not Joe underscore taco. Everything else is conspiratorial gentlemen's club, and we're excited to be on this road to not having jobs anymore and doing this whole time.
Yeah.
So maybe episode 100.
As they say, highway to hell or whatever. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much. Keep your eyes open, all three of them.
Good night.